Hey, what's up guys? Decided to make a easy guide to farm Motherlode on Mythic for the engineering mats that you need to craft the new mount. So there are 6 things that you need to have before you start farming. Number 1, you need max level engineering. Number 2, you need to have made your engineering goggles. Number 3, you need to have access to all rings of the Azurite traits on the goggles. I think it's up to 3, the third trait. So it's level 20 or 21 Azurite power. Number 3, you need to have a pet with a shield ability, something like a scale hide or a turtle. It helps you survive greatly. Number 4, food, flasks, runes, all that good stuff. It helps you survive, helps you do more damage, and get out of the instance quicker. And number 5, you need to have the camouflage talent, chosen to skip lots of trash. You also need to be locked to Mythic Motherlode so the instance can port you to the right spot. So once you get inside the instance, you're going to be facing 2 types of mechs, red bots and blue bots. Red have less HP but are way more deadly. They spawn bombs near your feet and will target you and your pet with a beam that really hurts. The key to fighting these guys is to time your healing spells, defensive cooldowns, and pet res appropriately. It's going to take you a bit of practice. I've died a few times before I knew the order of the mob's abilities. Usually he spawns bombs first before immediately going into his channeled beam. You need to be on your toes and have your pet up and ready to taunt before he starts casting. If you happen to be targeted by the beam, you can drop threat with a feign death or just a turtle. After you kill a mob, make sure you switch over to your engineering goggles to skin the mech, and then switch back over to your main headpiece if you're not using your goggles to fight. So this second pull is kind of tricky. You're just going to have to use your traps and feign to reset the mobs while you isolate the other one. It's actually kind of simple, it's just a little bit annoying. So after you're done the second mob, feel free to pop camo and head back up, hugging the right side. You're gonna stay away from the mechs because they can detect stealth, but eventually you have a couple of options. You can pull these mechs back down to the starting area by going back through towards the left side on the way back down, or you can choose to fight the mechs up there where they stand. It's a lot easier to pull them back down. That's what I used to do when I first started doing this. But if you think you can manage, just fight them up top. So after you kill the three up here in this minefield, you're gonna want to dismiss your pet and mount up and just run through towards the end of the instance, and it's gonna port you right to the beginning. And once you get to the beginning, you're gonna feign death to drop threat. And now you're gonna pop camo again and park yourself right next to the garbage can over there. And that specific positioning is important because those mobs behind the wall, for some reason, they pull, so you want to be careful. So in this area right here, we're gonna pull 3 mechs total, just in this immediate vicinity. The first one we're gonna pull is the pet. Now this pet is a blue bot. They're not very dangerous at all. They need to be healed through, like your pet might die, just res them. It's not very threatening at all. Just make sure you watch out for the mech jockey that comes out of the mech after you kill it. This thing casts a knockback, and with the knockback, you're going to want to interrupt it, and you won't have any problems from there on out. After we kill this pet, we're going to want to dismiss our pet, and we're going to pull both surrounding groups and immediately cast Feign Death, because those ads throw wrenches. I think that's the actual ability. They throw wrenches and do a ton of damage to you. The purpose of this is we just want the mech jockeys to go inside the mechs, and we want it all to reset. Once you reset both groups, you can camo into the building for the first mech, and you can just attack it from the corner, and it's just going to pull by itself. Summon your pet, DPS it down, and you're good to go. For the second pull, you're going to want to go back up near the flaming garbage can, and you're going to want to pull it from as far away as you possibly can. It's going to run through, I think, a few of the mobs, but it doesn't pull the mobs, which is kind of strange. I don't know if it's meant to be that way, but it's fantastic at the moment. So just pull it, nuke it down right by the garbage can again, just like the first mob in this area, and then we can move on. So we're going to camo again, and we're going to head to our right. We're going to trap this ad and then hit the mech jockey so he can go back into his mech. We're going to hide into this little corner right here, wait for the mech jockey and his mech to come to us. We're going to nuke it down. So after we down that mob, we're going to retrap. We're going to engage that pat so that the mech jockey can make a new mech. Then we're going to pull around the corner, feign death, and pull the mech from a safe distance back around that corner and nuke him down. After we kill this mob, we're going to dismiss our pet, feign death again to drop threat from the trapped ad, and we're going to hit camo, head to the right, and jump into that pool of oil. We're going to trap the refreshment vendor, and we're going to hit the mech jockey, and we're going to feign death once again. Once everything resets, we're going to spawn our pet, and we are going to pull the mech near where we are standing right there in the video. We're going to nuke it down, and after we nuke it down, we're going to do the same exact thing to the group that's right in front of us. We're going to dismiss pet, we're going to hit it, we're going to trap the refreshment vendor first, and we are going to feign, rinse and repeat with our final group up there on the hill, going up towards the first boss location. We're going to trap the refreshment vendor again, and rinse and repeat, and boom, you are done. So as you can see, it took me a bit longer than 30 minutes to clear all the trash that I need to clear, or that I'm able to clear. And my eye level is at 360. I think if you're eye level 350 to 355, you'd be able to do it as well. Anything lower, it might be a little bit rough. And yeah, that's basically the video. I wanted to make it. I've been doing this all week. It's a lot easier than trying to find pugs to like clear all the mechs, and then if you have another engineer in your group, there's a conflict of skinning and all that crap. So yeah, I hope this video helped you guys, and congrats on your new mount that's to come.